All right. Hey, everyone. So we're going to basically start the job placement orientation session today. Joy, I can hear you. I cannot hear you. Can you hear me? I think your voice is pretty low. And that's fine. So our purpose to be for this session, basically what is the process and the procedure we need to follow. Since we have been completed our training, we are gonna put you in the market, right? So that's why we need to follow some of the process and the procedure. So we need to explain to you guys exactly what are the steps you need to follow, what exactly you guys need to do, and what will be your responsibilities, what will be our responsibilities to put you guys in the market. Okay, so first thing, get ready for the IT market. That's our main focus now, right? So first thing first, like once you are done with your online training, which is like the manual and automation. So after that, we need to focus on the interview. That's the first thing we need to focus on it. So I already sent you guys the basic interview questionnaire, right? If you guys didn't receive it yet, let me know so that I can forward it to you guys again. But what is the purpose of sending those questions? So this is the very basic questions I send it to you guys. So those questions is basically like you need to know exactly how they're going to approach in the interview board or what type of the possible questions you can get it. But we do have few of the consolidated questions based on the most common asked question in the interview, but we're gonna send you those questions not today, within few days. We're gonna sort it out those questions and send it to you guys. So the questionnaire I already sent it to you guys. Start taking a look at this thing, and then also focus on how they're gonna answer those questions on that document. Okay, so based on that, like at least you guys can prepare yourself. Then the second part is you need to understand those questions. So based on the question, sometimes you can see similar type of questions, but answer would be a little different. Or sometimes you can feel like some of the questions are kind of similar, but answer would be the same. So you guys need to understand exactly what they are asking for with that questions, and always try to answer very straightforward. Okay, so once you read those questions and answer, just to making sure that based on the questions exactly asked, you guys need to answer the exact point. Okay, then once you're gonna get prepared yourself, right, you will have to making sure that whatever you're going to deliver, right, be confident. Whatever answer you're going to deliver to the interviewer, making sure that you will be in the right track, understand the question first, and based on your understanding, whatever the knowledge you already gather out of the training and the preparation for your interview session, based on that, deliver those answers, right? So once you guys feel like we don't give you too much time, okay? So once you guys feel like maybe like within a week or two, once you guys feel like at least you guys are halfway through or almost ready for the market, or if you have enough confidence to sit for the mock interview session, we're gonna start taking your mock interview session. Okay, so once you can take your mock interview session, we have rounds of session you need to take it, making sure that like what is the lack you guys have it, and what type of answer you're gonna answer to the interviewer. And also we need to figure that out, the way you're going to answer it is still market standard or not. So we are going to sort it out those things out in our mock interview session. Then once you feel like, and once we can feel like at least you will be sustaining the market with the preparation what you have taken already, then we're going to put you in the market. But before that, we do have some of the responsibilities and some of the work need to done by in our end, which is basically the hiring process. So what is the hiring process? The hiring process has like the multiple stuff on it, right? Like the submission part, recruitment, vendor calls, rate confirmations, interview process, background check, job offer, then the tax term. Okay, so let me go over each step. If you guys do have any questions, okay, just stop me, let me know so that I can explain to that particular topic. All right. So for the submission part, once you're going to be ready for the market, before that, all you need to do basically in our end, we're going to create each individual email. So we're going to create that email and we're going to give you that access. So based on that email, okay, we're going to open your profile in the marketplace, like different job portals. Also, if you already have the LinkedIn profile, let us know. We're going to update the LinkedIn profile based on the resume we're going to provide it to you. So we're going to put you kind of like, the certain years of experience with all job responsibilities, job descriptions. Based on that, we're going to create your LinkedIn profile. Then once you can submit, or once you are going to submit your resumes, normally you're going to get a call. Also, you need to reply with your emails. Okay. Then normally, like once you can submit your resume or the profile on the open market or the marketplace, okay, so you're going to get a call from the recruiter or the vendor. Okay, so normally they're going to ask you few questions. Very basic stuff. How many years of experience do you have it? What is your recent projects? What you have done so far? Okay, very basic question. What is your job role in like the last project? So what you have done so far with like last couple of years, okay? Or what exactly you're doing right now? Which are the project you are working on? So this is a very basic question they're just going to ask you. The reason they're going to ask you these questions based on your resume, they're just making sure that you are the right person and you're comfortable to talk with it. Because the vendor or the recruiter, they are the middleman to contact or the connect with the client. Okay. So vendor, they are doing their first round of screening just to making sure that the person I'm going to submit to the client, okay, so that client can comfortable also talking to you, and the information you are provided in your resumes will be right, correct, or whatever. Okay. Now, once they can feel like, okay, you are the perfect fit for that position, so they're going to basically ask you a few more questions about how you're going to work with. So you're looking for the W2 or C2C, 1099, those things, right? So I'm not sure exactly whoever know about like all the W2, C2C, or like, the 1099 stuff, but I can go over with you guys. Okay. Now, normally, recruiter, the vendor, once they can call you, they're gonna talk with you like 4 or 5 minutes about just the basic stuff. Then they're going to ask you very common question. What you say? What is your expectation? Expectation means like for that particular job, exactly how much you're looking for. Okay. Sometimes vendor going to tell you that, okay, so we are only offering for this position $35, $40, $45. That's the max we can offer, right? Sometimes you need to negotiate. Okay. Sometimes they can put some money on their hand, but you need to negotiate and talk to them, making sure that you do have believe them. So I have been working last 5 years for this role. I do have this many experience. I'm pretty sure I'm fit for this particular positions. Why are you not gonna give it to me like, $45? They might give you $40. They say like, okay, the $40 we can do it. So you can also tell them, is that the maximum you can offer me for this particular position? If they say, you know what, I can talk to the manager and I can let you know within few minutes, or just hold on the phone so I can talk to the manager and I'll let you know if I could do little raise on it or not. Okay. So there is nothing to fear. Okay. So you're gonna do for that job. So if you can feel like, is that enough for you to handle that position, that should be okay. If you feel like no, it's too much less for you, still you do have that opportunity to negotiate with the vendors. This is the first phase. Okay. Then let's say like they agreed with you, like, they're gonna pay you $45. Then they can ask you, like, most of the time they'll tell you like, okay, we're gonna give you $45 on W2, or we can only offer 1099. Okay, $40, $45, $50, and 1099. Some of the vendor or some of the recruiters going to tell you that also, like, we can only offer C2C, which is cop to cop. Okay, but if any situation is coming up for C2C, I will explain how you need to handle it. Okay, so once you're happy with the rate, once vendor will be like talking to you, they're also happy. So they'll normally send you one rate confirmation email. So normally you guys need to reply with that email saying that I confirm this rate, and you can go ahead and submit my resumes. Okay. Before submitting the resumes, some of the vendors, they are asking for, do you have the driving license? Do you have like the citizenship proof or green card, passports, whatever, right? Or sometimes they're gonna send you a email format saying that like you need to put your name, date of birth, address, social security number, last 5 years of experience, what you work, or like they're gonna send you a bunch of skill sets email. On that email, you can see a bunch of skill set, and they just put you like, let's say like SDLC. You just need to put like the how many years of experience you do have in the SDLC. So they're gonna send you the format, okay? And we'll share you one or two of the format, like once you're gonna put in the market, so you can see those stuff is coming up, okay? But like in that time, we can show it to you, or we can share it to you later on, okay? So this is the rate confirmation and the vendor call. So that's the way you need to handle it. Okay, there's nothing to worry about, nothing to fear. They are not the person who's going to take your interview. They are the person basically who's going to be the middleman with you and the clients, to making sure that you are the right person. They're going to submit your profile to the clients. Okay, so clients, recruiter, and the vendor, different thing. Recruiter and the vendor, their job is to find the resource from the open market. Okay, so they collect the resumes, they do the rate confirmation, they do all the stuff. Then after that, they're going to submit your profile to the clients. Then once the client's happy with your profile, clients accept that, then client going to set up the interview, and client going to know the vendors or the recruiters, can you set up the interview with this particular candidate? Okay, that time they're gonna send you another email and saying that like, okay, are you free with this day? So like, they're trying to set up the interview with you so that we can process the interview session. Then interview process. So first phase interview, basically, it depends. Why I'm saying it depends. After the rate confirmation, sometimes in the vendor side, okay, they might take you a short interview. Okay, it depends on the positions, depends on the client requirement. But if they said like, okay, you need to talk to our recruitment manager, he's gonna talk to you for 10 minutes about what are the skill sets you have, what are the responsibilities you have done so far, or what type of job you did so far, or what are the projects. So they might need to call you, just talk to you, making sure that like, you're comfortable to talk with them. So this is the vendor side, but your main interview will be the client side, because the client will be the main company or the person they're going to hire you, right? So normally what happened with the client side interview, the duration of the interview, sometimes it depends, 30 minutes, but most of the interview more than 30 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, which includes technical and the theoretical. Technical, theoretical functionalities, they're gonna ask you about like, basic SDLC questions, STLC questions, last project, what you have done, then explain or tell me about yourself. Those type of questions they're going to ask, which is the theoretical part. Then the technical question part, mostly like the automation piece they're going to ask. Okay, so like let's say like the interview or the client have like the 2 or 2nd round of interview, right? Multiple rounds of interview. So the first round is just a basic phone call, sometimes in the Zoom, sometimes in the meeting link they're going to send you. You only need to do just join and do the interview. If you pass that first round of interview, There's a final round of interview that's going to be happen with the managerial side, but that one is most likely your behavioral or like how you're going to fit for their team. Okay, so let's say like you pass technical round, you pass the basic round of interview session, what they have it, and theoretical everything you pass, right? So a still manager, maybe, you know, if it's the on-site in Atlanta locations, they're gonna call you just to making sure that, okay, let's see how that candidate will be and how he behaves. So like there's a lot of company they're looking for, or they do have this strict cultures, okay? So they're trying to find a person basically who's basically fit for their team. Okay. So that's a like, you know, the managerial round of interview, they might ask you for it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It depends on the client, as I told you, right? Some of the interviews, like, you know, one round of interview, phone screening, you're done. Then you can get an offer. Some of the interview or the clients with the interview, you might need to multiple rounds, second round, third round, it depends. Some of the interview maybe like, you know, phone calls, Zoom, then face to face. It all depends on the positions, all depends on the clients, all depends on the situations and stuff. Okay, but normally you need to be prepared yourself at least 2 rounds of interview. Okay, first thing is like the phone screening interview, and the second one is definitely like, you know, the technical round there will be there, and also like, you know, the Zoom or Teams, or like, you know, any other like the communication channels. They can send you the link, you only need to just join and like, you know, do the session with them. So this is just a basic process for the interview. Now, let's say like your interview is done, you get a job, right? So once you're gonna get a job, so they're gonna send you the job offer. So job offer is basically valid for like, you know, they're gonna send you the email confirmation, then like they're gonna send you the reference checklist, background checklist, all those things, employment verifications and everything. Some of the company also required to have the drug test. Okay, so once you pass through the like, you know, the interview rounds and you get an offer, this part basically we're gonna handle everything. Once you get that offer in email confirmation, also we do have the email access for both of us, like for you, and we can also see your email, right? So like, you know, we can communicate that time, and if they're asking for any additional document for like employment verifications, address verification, education verification, or like in the drug test, don't submit anything. Let us know first. Okay, so because this part we need to handle it very carefully. Let's say like you get a job, right? If you're not gonna verify, like, you know, the employment verification you need to pass, so we need to handle all those things. So once you get an offer, let us know. Okay, we're gonna individually handle your situations, handle your background checks, then like employment verifications and everything. Then the paperwork part, basically like sometimes they need to ask you for send a lot of documentation, because like since you're going to hire with the company, there's a legal documentation required for it, but it depends on the employment. But like if any situation comes, okay, we'll let you know, let us know. But also you can see that in your email exactly what they're looking for, but those part we're going to handle it in our end too. Okay. Now talking about like, you know, the tax term, as I told you, I know most of them know W-2, basically like how it works. So W-2 is nothing but like once you can hire, okay, so they're gonna put you in the W-2, they're gonna let you know before exactly what they're going to offer, either is W-2, 1099, and cop to cop. But W-2 and 1099, these two will be easiest for you, and most of the time you're gonna get an offer from W-2 and 290. Yeah, W-2 and 1099. Okay, so the W-2 is nothing but like what they're gonna offer you. They're gonna deduct all the taxes, then after that you're gonna get your salary either like weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, or monthly basis. But monthly basis is very low. Very few companies paying monthly basis. Mostly you're gonna get like the bi-weekly. 1099. 1099 is nothing but if you work as a contractor, basically it's an individual contractor. So how the 1099 works? So 1099 basically they are not going to deduct any of the taxes. Okay. So let's say like you're gonna get $50 per hour. Okay. So you work for let's say 100 hours. Okay. So you're gonna get like $1,000. $1,000? No. If you work for 50, like $5,000, right? So they're gonna just give you $5,000. There's a no tax deduction. There's a no like federal tax, state tax, Medicare, Social Security. They're not going to deduct anything at all. They're just gonna give you $5,000 to your check or deposit it to your bank account. Then at the end of the year, is your responsibilities to pay the taxes to the government. Okay, so once you're going to do your tax file, go to the CPA or like the tax accountant. So they're gonna handle that part. And for the W2 is a different phase, right? W2 they're gonna deduct all the amounts, then rest of the money send it to you. Normally 20 to 25% they're gonna keep for all the taxes, and like the 7 to 75% you're gonna get on your bank account. Okay, how the cop to cop work? If there is any opportunity for cop to cop, okay, which is C to C, don't say no. Maybe like vendor they're talking to you and saying that like we can only offer you cop to cop, or if they can tell you we do have the option for W2 and cop to cop. If they say like are you willing to work as a C2C or cop to cop, you guys need to say yes. Then reach out to us. We'll handle like we'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Okay. You guys have my number. You have the Rashu's number. Also, basically our whole recruitment process part handled by one of our business partner. His name is Joy. You can talk to you like he's gonna talk to you guys like in a minute once I'll be done. So like he's gonna handle it. So like if any type of question coming up for W2 like C2C or cop to cop, okay, so call us and like never say no. Okay, so we'll handle that part. C2H, that's most of the time you're not gonna get that, but like if they're asking for anything, let me know. Okay, so this is the basic orientation, exactly what the process, whatever things need to be involved, or what exactly you guys need to do, right? So your job is to be right now, two things. Make a prepare yourself for the market, okay? Based on the questions and the answer I will be provided to you. Take a look at that. Be confident to answer those questions, okay? Once we can start the mock interview session, all right? So once we can start the mock interview session, that time we can exactly figure out what is our confidence level, all right? Then the third thing, once we're gonna provide you the resumes, okay? We do have the bunch of QA resumes based on the automation, manual testing, and everything. So we are gonna send out some sample resumes to you guys. Okay. Once you receive that sample resume, okay, based on that sample resume, what you're comfortable to pick that job responsibilities, pick that and make another sample resume. Okay, out of the sample resume. That's the resumes you need to make it yourself. Why I'm trying to tell you that, because once we're gonna put you in the market, right, that resume is basically your life. Whatever the experience we are going to put you, that's your whole life experience, or we are going to only focus on those part to crack the job. Let's say I can make your resumes, or my team can make your resumes and send it to you, right? You can take a look. Maybe some of the times people, even though like, miss some point. Let's say like client receive your resumes and saying that, what, I can see in your resume, these are the stuff you have it. You say like, okay, I didn't know that because I haven't go through my resumes yet. It happens a lot of time. So it's always better. I'm gonna send you the sample resumes, or like our team going to send you the sample resumes. Based on the sample resumes, last 4 or 5 months, whatever you have done, all the manual testing part, SDLC, writing manual test cases, basic questions of Java, basic thing of Java, then framework, Selenium, Cucumber, API testing, whatever you have learned so far, okay? Everything is on the sample resume. All you need to do, just copy and paste those things, make it the separate resume for you, send it back that resume once you'll be done. So once I can receive your sample resume, okay, we're going to put you the experience, time frame, job titles, and everything. Then we're gonna revisit or like you're gonna set up another meeting to go over the resumes with you, just making sure that you understand exactly what you says in the resumes. Okay. Then you need to clearly figure it out based on the resumes, the point you're gonna put, okay, those will be in your head until you crack the job. If anyone asks any question out of your resumes, you're ready to answer, no matter what. Because this is very much like, important phase we are right now. If you really try to crack the interview, so based on your resumes means you're based on whatever the resumes information we do have it on your resumes, that's your whole life experience. Whoever work, whatever the place, whatever you have done so far, forget everything. Clear your mind, clear your head, just like, be confident with your resumes, read those resumes, remember all those things, and focused on like, if any questions, anything, any experience they are talking about, just focus on your resume. So resume is a very important stuff. Okay. Then once you can revisit your resumes just to making sure that it's a market standard, then we're gonna put the same resume for the open marketplaces for finding a job, right? So we're gonna apply the mass application for whatever the positions. We do have an open in that particular time every week, every other day, daily basis, new job is coming up, everything we're going to apply, you're gonna get a call, you need to answer, reply with the emails and stuff. Now, another thing is, let's say once we can create your resumes and we are going to put that resume to the market, right? If you have any LinkedIn profile right now, okay, I would prefer to do it just keep as is, because once your resume will be finalized, the same experience, same time frame, same job title, we're gonna put you on the LinkedIn profile so that if anyone can try to find out in the LinkedIn, they can also see your same type of experience, what you do have in the resumes. And also there is a LinkedIn nowadays is a very popular basically. So we can also find a lot of jobs opening in there. So easily we can apply the job throughout the LinkedIn. Okay. So it's very easier for them to validate those things. So like whatever the companies you're gonna put in the durations and everything, they can easily check in the LinkedIn profile matches with your resumes and stuff. I think that's it in my end. Joy, are you there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Rashu, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
I cannot hear Joy. I don't know. Can you call him separately and tell him to like reconnect?
জয় ভাই মেসেজ দিচ্ছে না।
Come 1 second. Making sure that LinkedIn has 200. Okay. Okay. Also, okay. Let me talk to this part separately. Sharik, you there, right?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Who is that? This is Joy Bhai?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Okay, Sharik, I'll talk to you later. Joy Bhai, if you want to cover anything else, just go ahead. So guys, so Joy Bhai is basically, he's our another partner. So he's gonna handle the whole recruitment process. Okay, we'll be there to help you, but he's the main guy who's gonna handle our recruitment sector, basically, like, all job openings, new job openings, any questions about like what is the procedure you need to follow. He's the guy, or he's the key person to contact. So I'm gonna provide you his information to you in our WhatsApp group. We're gonna create a group which is basically including me, Rashu, Joy Bhai, and the person. Basically, we're gonna put you in the market. So any type of update, anything's coming up, you can see over there as well. Yeah, Joy Bhai, you can proceed if you have anything to say.
And Bappy, you should introduce Real also because he also the key part.
Yeah, after Joy Bhai, I'll introduce Real too.
Hello, everyone. So basically, I think I joined before, so you guys already, I think you guys should know me already. So yeah, just I think Ria Bappy Bhai already covered everything. I just want to add a few points. Like you are right now, you are in the job market, so don't consider yourself as a candidate anymore. So you are an experienced person. You already have experience. So and in this journey, you are not alone. We will be walking beside you. Any help, any question, any doubt you guys have, we are always available. Any kind of question, just ask. We will answer your questions. And another part I want to say, like, you guys are more important than us because eventually you guys need to sell yourself to all those vendors, clients, or recruiters, whatever it is. So in this market, who can sell themselves well, they win. So sometimes what happened is you guys have skills, but you don't know how to sell yourself. So, but if you don't have that skills, you guys also need to improve that skills, that how can I sell myself? And the most important part in the interview process will be first 10 minutes. So in first 10 minutes, you need to create an impression that you are the guy they are looking for. So, and that impression will come from your communication, the way you are answering the questions, or I mean, especially the question they will be asking, tell me about yourself. That's the question, and you need to have a very solid answer. That is the moment you are gonna sell yourself. So if you have a very strong paragraph, if you don't have any paragraph, create a paragraph already. Make sure you are writing down that what will be your answer, and you are practicing in front of the mirror, so that trust me, guys. It sounds silly, but it's gonna help you a lot, and that will help you a lot. So definitely, will take your mock interviews and will correct if you guys have any problem or if you guys have any mistakes. That's not a problem, but make sure everybody has their own speech. That so this thing just I want to add, and I think most of the part Bapi I already covered. So yeah, I would always say like let's start the journey and we'll finish it up.
All right, thank you, Joy Bhai. So guys, so here's the thing. So Joy Bhai is basically like the first point of contact to you guys. You're gonna get his number in the WhatsApp group. Also, there is another person basically help this recruitment process, like the whole job placement process. His name is Real. He's also in the call, but his job will be basically like if you do have any question about like applying the job or like when did it apply, because he's the person basically put your resumes, update your profiles in the job market. He's gonna do all those things. Okay, so Real is here. Real, you just say hi, and like we'll complete.
Hello everyone, I'm Real from here. Basically, I helped you to Joy Bhai, and I will handle your profiles.
Yeah, so Real will be there to handle your profile basically, like in the job portals and everywhere. So if you guys do have any questions, as I told you, right, we do have a WhatsApp group. You can ask Real to update or some of the changes, whatever you want to make it. Tell him, let us know in the group chat so that we can also keep in the loop. At least I can take a look at that you moving forward with the right or the wrong path, or right way, like we guys need to proceed with any of the situation and scenarios is coming up. So I think Sharik is here and Shahinur is here. So Shahinur, do you guys have any questions?
You did mention what's it called 2 weeks ago. What's his name? Shatish, like about the project. I was wondering.
Oh, that's a separate part. That's a
Oh,
separate. That's a whole separate part you're talking about. That the project you're gonna get at the project this week, but like that's a separate part. Okay. This is basically the recruitment process of the job placement stuff. But the project you're talking about, we're gonna send you that project side by side. You need to continue working on the projects so that like at least you'll be in the loop. Okay, that's why like you cannot detach with whatever you have learned so far, right? So you can do interview process and also working with like the project in side by side. But if you have any questions about the job placement or like interview process, anything related with the job placement, do you have any questions so far?
so so basically, once we like get the sample resume and like understand all the interview question, you typically will expect me and Sari to like try mock interviews like 2 or 3 weeks from now, or
Not the 2 to 3 weeks, I would say in like few days.
in a few days. Okay.
In few days. We don't want to wait because like our job would be like for this batch, we're gonna target the first week of January, just right after the vacation. We are trying to put you in the market first week of January towards to like, let's see, like until you crack the interview.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because earlier in this session, so, I heard 2 to 3 weeks, so I got confused.
How about Sharik? Sharik, you have any questions?
Not at the moment. It's just a bit too fast for me. I'm just catching up with what I missed as well and covering some stuff that I'm not strong on at the moment.
Okay, so if you feel like I'm too fast, you should stop me right away,
I mean, it's fine for now.
Okay.
I'll just
If it
assess
comes-
as I progress.
Yeah, but let me know like if you guys have any other questions so far. But as I told you, right, Novify is also there, but Novify, your situation will be a little bit different than Shaheen or Sharik. I'll reach out to you personally.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'll reach out to you
I'll
personally.
talk with you personally.
Yeah,
But here
so
is some
I'll
common
let you know, like,
question for, I
exactly
think, for
what-
everybody. So that is actually like about the resume actually. I said, like, for example, like it's for all, I think, a common question.
Mhm.
So we do not have actually like experience rather than like the course, right? So
Right.
one will have that is like the project we are going to have, right?
Mhm.
So this part, how we are going to place, like represent actually into the resume, that will be a question actually.
Okay, so the part is like the question you're asking is a great question. So let's say you already like almost done with the courses, right? Sharik and Shahinu, they have already completed the courses. So in the course, whatever you have done so far, what exactly you guys did on the course. So you know the SDLC process, right? You know the STLC process, you know the methodologies, right? Then you know how to write a test cases, you know the different technologies platform, you know how to use the DevOps, Jira, right? You know like how to log a bug, correct? Then you know like the basic stuff for Java, you know the SQL, you know the framework, everything, right? So those part we already covered. So the same thing, what you have done in the course or the classes, that's your day-to-day life job once you get a job. Okay, so that's your day-to-day life activities you need to perform on your job. So once we're gonna give you the sample resumes, these things will be there in the sample resume, just like 1 or 2 lines. So you guys need to pick exactly the way you're comfortable to pick those lines. Okay, the job responsibilities. Then make a separate resume for you. But once you can hand over the sample resumes, we're gonna go over with you with another session. Exactly, I can show it to you exactly like how you're gonna pick that. It should be a very quick session. But you guys need to pick those responsibilities, right? So once you can pick those responsibilities, then we're gonna put you the company experience top of it. How are you gonna imply those company experience? Let's say like you pick like the 10 lines of job responsibilities, right? Then we're gonna put you, let's say like you work for Verizon for last 1 year as a QA automation tester, right? So if any of the questions in the interview are coming up, I can see in your resumes you have been working last 1 year on Verizon as automation engineer. Can you explain what is your day-to-day life? That's a very common question in interview. Okay, so your day-to-day life means like starting from all the SDLC process methodologies, SQL, basic Java implementations, framework, automation. That's your day-to-day life. Finding a bug, write down the test cases, report those things to the developers. Then like once coming back from the developers, any fixes will be there. You need to do the retest. Those are your regular stuff. So those are all those information we consolidated in the sample resume. So all you guys need to do, just pick those things and put a separate resume, make it for you. So once you have that sample resume for yourself, it's gonna be ready. We're gonna go over that resumes. And some of the times it happens like you just pick the easiest one, right? And we can apply for the easiest one. You may not find the job because we need to focus on some of the technologies. We need to focus on the particular automation stuff on it. So once the vendor or the client, they are look for the person in the market, they are trying to find out exactly based on their requirement. If your resume going to match, that time your resume going to be picked. Otherwise not. So I can just create a very basic resume, put in the market, right? You apply for 100 jobs. You're not going to get a call from the market, not even single call. The time you're going to get a call, basically, which is the basic and little bit of the advanced level stuff for the automation, we do have it in our sample resume. Those things you need to pick it up or put in your resume. Is that time your resume will be picked up. So that part we're going to handle it, and we're going to let you know like exactly how you're going to do it. Okay. But resume is a very important thing, as I told you, right? Now, based on the training, based on the stuff you learned, each and every topic will be in your resumes. Also, you just need to modify the answer towards to the experience you're going to put you. Let's say, you know how to write a test cases, you know the Selenium framework.
If you don't mind, if you can give me a chance, so I can share one of the sample resume and some correspondence.
I do have the sample resumes with me, but if you want, you can do it.
Because we better show them some samples so they will grab it quickly. Otherwise, I think discussion will not help much. So if you give me host, I can share them some correspondence, and they can grab it quickly. How the vendor emails come up and how we respond with it, and what would be your resume look like.
Okay. I'll make you as a host.
Yes, please. So my screen is visible, guys.
Yes.
All right. So I just sum up the process. The thing is that you will have your resume within a week on your hand. It will be sample one. Okay. Sample one would be something like this. before going through that, just assume that you have a resume. We already apply in several platforms like Indeed, Monster, or Glassdoor, or whatever, right? So once you already submit some resume, you will have email like this. It's a joint email, okay? We'll create one email with your name. That email, you will also have access, and our team also have access on it. Maybe Joy or Real, they will handle, and you also handle, right? Like me, like let's see, this is one of the email address. You also can access, log into this email, and our team also can log into the email. Okay. So whenever you will start send out your applications, you will start getting so many mails like this. Like you see, look at this here. Like one of the vendors actually reach out to me. Okay. Here you have to understand two things. In this market, there are three layers. One layer is your end client. Let's see, Bank of America. Okay. And Bank of America is also working with another layer, which is called vendor. Vendor actually nothing, but they are just a recruiter. They connect with the client and with the candidate also. They are the middleman. Okay. So your first phase would be the correspondence with a vendor. Vendor is who? Something like this. Somebody like you see here, sponsor, I don't know the name, is very critical to me. Like this person connect to me, right? He is actually somebody from a vendor side. How he contact to me? He said, "Hi Rakibul, please check the below mentioned position and let me know if you're interested." Okay. He sent me that. You can see my screen, right? Sharik?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So he sent me the resume. He can send me the email like this. He sent me like this is the position, location Alfreda, on site, duration 12 months. All right. And you see what they are looking for. They are looking for somebody automated QA experience. All right. They are looking for somebody who can build the framework for UI testing and integrate with backend calls. Some of these things you already know. You know the frameworks, how the frameworks work, right? In Selenium part. Okay, then what they're looking for, build backend for front end and automation framework from the scratch using Selenium. You know this already. They are looking for some API calls, Postman. You know this already. So they are looking for somebody who can building a test plans. You know how to make a test plan. They're looking for somebody who is experienced with Jira for project tracking. You see, this is the basic requirements and you already know about those things. What they're looking for, 7 years of experience guy, right? This is the tricky part here. So you will act with them like you already experienced because these things you already know. You have no issues with that, right? Only here you have to do some acting. Acting means what? You have to act to them like you are a 7 years experienced guy. Okay? So your performance has to be like that. So this is the most tricky part. All right? So we'll prepare your resume because nobody will not ask looking for somebody is fresher in the market. So that's why we have to build up your resume that you already experienced, maybe for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, like that. Okay. So here they're like, so this is the reply. So here, I don't know, Joy and Real, they will talk to you about it. Maybe sometimes they will reply whenever you get this kind of email, or maybe you will reply. I don't know that part. You guys will decide together. So like this is the reply. This can be common reply. This can be reply from your side or from other side anyway. So once they reply like this. Let me show you my resume. So you will understand. Your resume would be same like this, right? Like you see here. Actually, I don't have any working experience, but you have to put it. It's nothing wrong with this because this is how the market goes. So this is the kind of resume. In this resume, you see all the it's nothing here from outside of your course. Okay, actually, you have done piece by piece, everything's apparently you done with it. Some things we put up more, but whenever you will get your resume, just go to ChatGPT or go to some YouTube and just quickly, if some tools you really don't know about it, just go and check and get some idea that you can talk at least 1 or 2 minutes about it. If they ask you those questions like JMeter, you don't know anything. It's nothing. It's just like a kind of tools which will run, do the load runner, like test the load of the applications, right? So if you just can say what is JMeter, that would be fine. So we can put that tools in your resume, right? So in your resume, you will have so many stuff like this, which we didn't cover in your course, because this is 4 months course. It's not possible, but it's not that difficult. The basic part you have done with it. Only the simple part, you maybe didn't know about it. So once you will got your resume on hand, you just go quickly to get from any source. You just get some idea about it. Okay, so you will have so many tools like this, technical. Okay, like here are some technical stuff. What is that? Responsibilities. So where is my technical? Oh, okay. This is the technical skills section. Okay, in this technical skills, skill set, you will have also so many tools. Some of the tools maybe you don't know about it, like REST API. I'm sure you didn't know about it. So it's new to you. It's nothing. Just get some idea about it. That's it. They will not go for detailed things. Okay. So like QTP, UFT, just these kind of tools also will up to your resume. These things you just need to know what it is. So this is how we're gonna build up your resume. We'll give you this kind of sample one, and you have to go through and build up your own. So once you build up your own resume, you will have whole idea about your resume, because in the in the interview board, they will have your resume in front of them and they will ask you question based on that. So you have to be prepared on it. You got me? So this is how basically it works. And one more things I want you guys to give you a heads up. Let's see. We assume that your first interview, second interview, maybe third interview get failed. Okay, you will not pass. But we hope from fourth, fifth, sixth, your performance will be wonderful. How it will be wonderful? Because the first interview, you will feel like they are asking you some questions from nowhere. Maybe 50%, 60% you can attend. Another 40% you maybe don't know about it. Here is the tricky part. Every interview sessions, you will get some questions you didn't know about it, okay? But what you're gonna do, you try to put up or making a notes from your interview, whatever they are asking you the questions, okay? When you're done with your interview, go take a piece of paper and try to note down all the questions they ask you throughout the interview, okay? So whenever you have attended 3, 4, 5 interview, you will have a very concrete questionnaire set on your hand, okay? So if you just grab those 4 or 5 interview experience based on those question set, your 6th, 5th, or maybe 4th interview will be amazing and you can get it finally. Okay. So whatever you want to do, just try to pick up all the questions they are asking you in the interview questions. Take a time, put up your notes and try to figure out what was your answer and what should be the accurate answer. Okay. So this is how you have to grow yourself while you are in the market. All right.
Sure, let me interrupt.
Yeah.
If you don't mind. So
Sure.
thank you, Rishabhai. So I just wanted to add some few points here. Like what Rishabhai has said, that it will be very difficult for you to attend your first interview, second interview. But consider those things as an experience. Just take the experience. Don't worry. Don't think too much that, oh, this is my first interview. I'll be very nervous. That's totally fine. That is okay. We'll be with you, but try to take the experience. And what will happen is, so many times it will happen that I'm going to ask you the question, you know the answer, but in that moment, things is not going to come out. But that is okay too. But once you have that experience, one or two interview, you will face the experience, you will face all those things. On third, fourth time, you won't feel that much nervous. That time it will be easy for you. So don't worry about it. And if you are thinking about the experience, let me tell you one thing. Even the interview, the people who will take the interview, most of the people, they know already that you don't have that much experience, but all they want to see is you are acting well. You will be able to deal, you will be able to solve the problem. Whatever problem they are facing, whatever challenge they are facing, you have the skills, you have the knowledge to face all those things. That's all they care. So eventually the interview, they don't care how much experience do you have. All they care is whatever the problem they're facing, you have the ability to face all those things. So don't worry about like 5 years experience, 6 years or 8 years. Just be confident. And I know like you guys already have a lot of things in your mind. I don't know if you guys want to share, but don't worry. We will, I mean,
Rashu, can
we
you
are,
hold, sorry to interrupt, Joy Bhai. Rashu, can you hold up this email just to show it to them? Yeah, go ahead, Joy Bhai.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't worry. Like, we'll go step by step, and you guys will know each and everything. Whatever we have explained today, we'll go through, and you will know better. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, Rashu, the rate confirmation email, can you a little bit explain to them?
Yes. So, like already Bappi explained, in the process, whenever we start your placement, I mean resume marketing, you will get so many calls. Okay, those calls mainly come from the vendor side, not from the direct client side. Very rare case client can reach you out, but most of the time, no. Mostly you will get a call from a vendor. When the vendor will call you, actually they will do you some, they will, I mean, talk to you just about your current positions and all. And they will ask you, what is your working authorization? Okay. Are you green card holder or are you students or what? I mean, you have work permit or not, or how do you work with your, I mean, current employer, right? Like you are working as a W-2, or you working as a cop to cop, or you working as a full-time. So actually, I don't know the answer for you. It will Joy who will explain you later. All right. So whatever is your answer, based on that, they will send you an email. They will ask you like, what is the rate right now you are getting from your current employer? So you will tell them maybe 50, 60, 45, whatever. Okay. So there are some tricky part also. I think later on Joy should talk to you about this. What will be your answer? How you gonna attend your vendor calls and how you should, reply to them. So before attending any vendor calls, they are vendors, but of course they also do some screening because they need to know the candidate is real and candidate is not a fake person and candidate have some working experience. So you have to also attend their calls very smartly, They will do just little bit basic technical screening. They will ask you what is the tools you are working with. I mean, give me a little bit about the overview of your project. What kind of domain is it? And what is the size of your team? This kind of questions, very basic one. So once you will attend 1 or 2, 3 vendor calls, you will know how to answer them. So when you're done with your technical part, they will ask you how much money you are making per hour or maybe salary or what is your rate plan right now. You maybe tell them your answer like, I'm getting from there maybe 50 or 45 or maybe 60 per hour. Okay, so they will tell them, okay, this company is offering maybe 60 per hour on W2. Are you okay with that? If you say yes, yes. And they will ask you, of course, here is the another part I would ask Joyfy to note it down. You have to ask all of our candidates that they are agreed to relocate or not, because most of the time vendor will ask you to confirm it that you're gonna relocate or you are not able to relocate, because it has to be mentioned on your resume. Otherwise, so you will get so many calls, maybe they are asking for you to relocate. So whenever you mention it on your resume, you are not open to relocate, then you will be filtered calls, right? Because otherwise you will
I
get
don't know.
all the
Do we
calls.
have anybody who doesn't want to relocate?
So
I don't
Shahid
think
and
so.
Shahinur, are you guys ready to relocate, or you
I don't,
guys
no, I don't think so. They want to relocate.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
nobody wouldn't, right? So
nobody.
we have to mention it, Joyfy, on their resume that
Okay.
they are not
Okay.
open to relocate.
Okay.
No
Otherwise, they will
relocate,
get so many
only
calls.
on site and remote in Atlanta location.
Okay, so that means you are not, you don't want to relocate. So it has to be mentioned on your resume. Otherwise, you will get so many calls, which will ask you for relocation. You know. So when
Okay.
you mention it, so you will not get any calls, or you will not, because otherwise we have to spend time for those stuff also, which is doesn't make any sense to us. It's just waste of time.
Also, I think if anybody is a little bit flexible about relocation, that will help them. So
That will
I
help a
can do
lot.
whatever they want. Actually, I can do whatever they want, but eventually
Yeah.
they are narrowing down their scopes. So
That's
if it is
true.
only
That's true.
Georgia, that is fine too. But in
At
that
least,
time,
guys,
they yeah.
if you flexible with nearby state, like
Mhm.
nearby
Right.
state means North Carolina or
Yeah.
maybe
East
Alabama.
Coast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's right. Yeah, that would be fine.
Joyfy, I have a
I will
suggestion.
have yeah, I will have a submission detail form. So I need to collect all of their information. So I'll send the submission detail form to everyone.
Yeah, I have a suggestion for all of you
Yeah.
guys, Shahinu, Sharik, and the others too. So, in the first phase, once they're going to apply, okay, apply for anywhere, because they need to get some experience talking
Yeah,
with the
exactly,
vendors,
exactly.
facing
True.
the client interview.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
correct.
so even though they're not gonna get an offer, let's say out of
Right,
state, New York, whatever is it, at least
right.
they can have that experience to handle that particular Atlanta market. Okay,
That's true.
so I would
True.
prefer to do
True.
it just
True.
mass
You can
application for them
yeah,
in the first phase.
yeah,
Okay,
just
then we
accept
can
any
narrow it
rate
down.
or any experience. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah,
accept
so
any rate or any location.
yeah, so
right.
don't block your opportunities in the beginning, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah. So anyway, so they will talk to you briefly about the positions, about the benefits and all, and they will tell you, I'm sending you a RTR letter. Okay. Right to RTR is right to represent or something like that. So this is kind of RTR letter. Okay. So they will tell you, okay, within a minute, I'm sending you a RTR letter. Please reply with that. Okay, so they send this is called kind of RTR letter. It will come up like this, your pay rate and benefits and all this way. Okay, so once they feel like you are a real candidate, you are able to handle this client interview and all, then they will send you this kind of letter. Once they send you this kind of letter, your reply would be simple like, yes, I confirm the rate and thank you. Then there would be then another follow-up reply like this. They will maybe give you some, let me know is still available. And maybe when they are agree with that and client, when they will, represent your profile to the client, and if client go through with your resume, and if client like it, client will reply to the vendor, and vendor will tell them, hey, client is happy with your profile and they want to schedule an interview. Okay. Then You have to respond with that. What is your available time? They will come to meet in the middle point of the availability. And then finally, they will schedule an interview and send you an email address with the link and all. So this is how it works actually. Okay. Yes. So anyone have any questions in this process? If you guys puzzle with anything? Hello?
I have a question.
Any of you have any questions?
Hello.
Yeah, tell me. Go ahead.
So let's just go back to, you know, the sample resume where we pick a, you guys send it and then we pick a part where the stuff like we put on the resume. And also there's a thing about tell me about yourself. So how would you guys like cater to like sense to figure out whether there's like a 70% or 60% in automation or 30% or 40% manual, and then go for that job market during January?
All right. So actually, your resume every time will not be static. Okay. This resume will not be static. You have to change a little bit based, depends on your JD. Okay. Because some client JD is little bit tricky. They want something else. Like some JD is want something else. Okay. So what we're gonna do, this resume will be standard, but it is not static, okay? We'll do some changes. Maybe based on your JD, the client wants someone who have right now project experience where he performs 70% automation and 30% manual. We'll do the same, okay? Because our intention is to grab the availability, grab the job or maybe grab the, at least an interview slot. So what we're gonna do when we go with the, actually this is not only you, sometimes even the vendor will tell you, hey, can you please do some changes on your resume? Your current resume is fine, but I just ask you this client want this and that, and please go quickly and change something on your resume. So we're gonna follow that. We're gonna follow their instruction. So it will be not static. 70% automation, 40% or 30% manual performance. This is not static, okay? It will change based on the client requirements. So whatever the client requirements, your answer would be based on that. All right. So you don't need to put it something in mind that to everybody, I would say I do 40% automation and 60% manual. It depends on your client requirements. You got it?
Yes.
So likewise, I'm saying when you will start working with our team, you need so many effort from them also. Like maybe you have to keep in touch with Real or Joybhai, and you have to tell them, hey, I got a call from the recruiter and he asking me to change something on my resume. Do you want it to me, and or you want to help me with that? You guys have to be like a team and you have to like working together, you know, every time. Maybe sometimes you busy, you outside of the maybe you will maybe next 6 hours you will not keep in touch with your desktop or with your laptop, right? You have no time, so you can ask Real, hey Real bro, please can you go ahead and change this and send it to the vendor, because vendor will not wait for you so long, right? Because vendor also have to place your resume quickly to the client so that client can respond back and they can schedule your interview. So this process has to be very prompt. You cannot hold them for long. That's why we are involving so many partners in this process. You understand me? So you guys cannot delay. Even from our team, they also have to monitor your email correspondence. So you and the team, their job is to monitor their correspondence. You see, it's been 6-7 months. I don't look into this mail. You see, thousands of mails, 4,200. These are the inbox, man. There's so many job offer is coming and I don't go and open it. You will have so many offer like this. once you are put your resume in the market. So you have to go through each of it. Like so many, still I didn't open, you see? So many. So like this, you need somebody to help you out, and we need also to help yourself. So this is a combination work. One person can handle it well. Okay. So, and based on your client expectation and client requirements varied person client. So most of the cases, recruiter or vendor will call you and tell you, hey, I go over with your resume. It look fine, but you need to add something or you need to change something. So you have to do it. Your resume will not be static. It will be changes client to client based on their JD. Okay.
Yeah, guys, and don't worry about, like, we will have a lot of different type of scenarios. So, and
Yes.
that's the reason why we are here. That's the reason why we are here.
I ask you, I request you please talk to them personally.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm
understand
saying.
that what is their confidence level based on automation and manual.
Right.
Because
Right.
yes, the job market is wonderful and very fruitful for manual, automation. So yeah, your resume also emphasize, if you are focusing on automation, your resume has to be like that.
You guys are
Your
absolutely.
preparation has to be like that as well.
You guys are absolutely fine. Our goal is to become a Rashu Bhai, where we don't need to check our emails anymore, and we will have 4,000 emails. So we want to be like this in the future too.
Don't do that, bro.
So don't worry. So we'll go through and we'll be like that one day.
Once you get a job, definitely you will be like that. You don't care
Yeah,
about
that's what I'm
emails or
saying.
emails.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying we'll be like a Rashu Bhai one day. We'll have like 4,000 emails and we are not gonna check anything because we will have a job that time.
All right. All right, guys.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any other questions so that we can clear those things, otherwise we'll wrap up the session pretty quickly. And we're gonna contact you guys individually. Also, we're gonna open a WhatsApp group, including all of the persons who do have it for the process. Then we can, like, start our conversation over there. And I'm gonna send you the sample resumes and all those things. I think Joybhai will handle that. So reach out to me if you have any questions. Okay, but
And
if you
guys,
have,
before end, I request you again one more time, when you start performing your interview, please take a piece of paper and try to note down your every questions, okay, from the interviewer. Is very, very important, because some questions you already answered something, whatever's in your mind, you have to check after end of the interview that whatever you answered is correct or not. Otherwise you cannot grow. So that interview session would be your another, learning process as well. So you have to go through with it, and sometimes if possible, please share those questionnaire with us. So your friend, like maybe Sharik or Shahinur, any of you will be helpful with this also. Okay.
and I also have another suggestion for whoever going to the market in the same time. They might not to get an interview from the same clients, right? It has to be the different.
Yeah, you guys
So,
please keep in
well,
touch. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys need to keep in touch to make sure that at whatever the questions you get it from the client side or the vendor side. Sharik gets some different questions, Shiner gets some different questions. Okay, so talk to each other so that at least you guys have the loop and you guys have some sort of questions are common, some of are not common, but try to find out those answer or questions and like everything, or otherwise we can help you with it. But try to grab whatever the client side they're gonna ask you this question, list it down after the interview. That's the easiest process you guys can follow. There's a lot of faces is coming up. There's a lot of conversation will be happening. I know this is just the start or the job placement process. So I think that's all for tonight, and I'll reach out to you. And this Thursday we don't have any session, but about the projects, right? So you're gonna get a project pretty soon. Satish is going to reach out
I
to you, or
already
like we
talked
can
to
connect.
Satish about their project.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I already shared the project and all. He is working with it. I hope that by next day or day after tomorrow, you guys will get it.
I think he'll be
And-
done that he'll be ready that project by Thursday. So if it's
Yes.
gonna be done in this week by Friday, I'm gonna send you that project to everyone on this weekend so that we start working on that project from Monday, and we can start working on the resume creations and like send all the resumes from beginning of the next week. So my target will be, this is on 5th today. If it's on 5th, this week they're going to start the projects on Monday, which is 11th, and they need to start working their resume in 1 week. By 15, if they'll be done with the resumes, we can start their mock interview session last 2 weeks of December. Then first week of January, I'm going to put you then in the market. I think that's the best plan we can follow that.
Yes.
All right. Any questions so far? Anyone has any questions?
I'm good. Thank you. My questions got answered now.
Okay.
And you guys have a good news, guys. You will have a very wonderful questionnaire set, okay? Which question set I have gone through, okay? I got like very recently 4, 5, 6 interview, and I note down every questions. I believe at least out of those question set, you will get at least 40-60%. Okay. So if you can just go through with that, it will really help you. I already sent it over to the Satish, and I want Satish to correct it with a very concrete answer form and all. And I asked Satish to talk to you guys based on those question set. So you guys will have some, some another grooming session with it.
So the questionnaire Ashu is talking about, we are not haven't sent it to you yet, okay? So we are still working on it to get it the consolidated answer. So we're still working with the Satish. So once we'll be done, we're gonna send it to you guys, okay? The one I already sent it over to you, the big PDF document you can see, I think 60 pages. That's like including everything on it, okay? Try to start reading those things, but like the one Rashu is trying to tell you guys, which is basically like, very common questions in automation side. I believe it's mostly in the automation part and the basic Java questions. So you need those at some point, but like we're gonna provide it to you as soon as possible. Like once the Satish will be come up with the answers.
You will
All
also
right.
send a sample resume this
Yeah,
week?
we're gonna send you the sample resumes
All right.
end of the week, so you can start working with that too. All right, guys, if you guys don't have any other questions, so we're gonna connect to you in the next week. But if you do have any questions individually, just call me anytime. You guys have my number, Rashu's number. And as I told you, I'm gonna open that WhatsApp group so that you can have everyone on the loop in the WhatsApp group, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thanks everyone. You guys have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.